Sunday following the strike, Bob Crow came down to the town where I live. He has family there. And at lunchtime, well, I'll be frank with you, we went out on the beer. And we sat down with the newspapers going through the usual filth. And I noticed something. We were laughing. Bob was reading all this stuff about it and laughing. And one of the reasons we found it in it, they surely used up everything. Surely, when all this was over, they would have no weapons left in their arsenal. And I guess, probably, we were wrong, because we hadn't seen that, the strike hadn't gone off on the following week. But there was one of the stories that they carried that he found great amusement in. When the RMT is a merged organisation from the National Union of Railwaymen and the National Union of Seafarers. And when we came together, we found out we got two headquarters. One at Euston and one at this lovely building over Clapham called Maritime House. So we chose to keep the building at Euston as our headquarters. Maritime House is something that we own, and there's a job centre in there that rented firms to solicitors, private tenants, and so forth. And Bob got out one of these newspapers and he said, look at this. Apparently they've got a picture of this building over at Clapham in the paper, and it's the RMT part of the RMT's property empire. All this council house stuff, you know, it's just the front with us. We've really got the McCoy, in a way, in our property empire. Now, once a year at this place, Bob has this party, stick up a marquee, a few beers, and raise money for the Cubans as our part in undermining the American trade embargo. That's all it is once a year. People come from all over the movement. So this journalist goes around and he's knocking on doors in the neighbourhood. And apparently adjoining Maritime House is this 1791 listed building worth about £2.5 million. Goes and knocks on the door and asks the man who answers what it's like living next door to a property that's owned by the Red Menace. So, of course, the man was happy to oblige and reveal to him the goings-on in there. Every year, they have Cubans out the back. And they sing socialist anthems. Drink alcohol and go home at 10 o'clock at night. I'll tell you what Bob's take on that was. Look, Geoff, I don't mind all this other stuff, but this makes us look like a load of boring old bastards. Bob transformed our union through his own efforts. I've got so much to say here, but I don't want to abuse the time. And I know you've got much to get on with, and there'll be other stuff, memorials to Bob elsewhere that you can do. But I would like to close on this, a message from our Council of Executives. And it's to the journalists that might be here. There's a lot of people here. And who knows? Bob's new friends in the world of journalism might give you a break today and put what's happening here in the paper. If they do, I hope they might pick up now, as I close, a statement from our Executive Committee. You may think that the death of our leader will be a fatal blow to our organisation. You are wrong. Bob Crow is dead, but we inherit his legacy. Our militancy and awareness of the situation in which our social class finds itself remains intact. When you bite us, we will still bite you back. When you attack us, our lives at work, we will resist. But more, when your relentless attack on our class continues, we will make common cause with the people in this hall and outside who want to resist that. And we will join them and we will fight you. We will fight you. We will fight you. That's Bob Crow's inheritance.
Follow that as they say. Thanks very much for that, Joe. You can see from the strength of feeling and the solidarity and the condolences simply coming from the conference. Can you take that, please, back to the RMT? Back to Nikki, back to families. I'll be with Nikki this afternoon in heart, if not in spirit, because I'm a great Millwall supporter myself, and I would have been there. And I would certainly have been there today, given the tribute to Bob that my team's going to make. And I'm very, very proud of that, and we will go on to win, of course. Colleagues, it will